hear me? I hope you can hear me. Um, we are another Tuesday night, and our intention this week, my well-rounded foundation supports healing. My well-rounded foundation supports healing. If you can hear me, then go ahead and type something in the comments and let me know, just because having some weird things going on here. I see some comments. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. See, everybody's all here. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm just going to go ahead and say that you can, because I don't see anybody telling me that you can't. So this week okay, cool, you can hear me. All right, cool. I do. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. So we have a couple of special new things here this week. We have a video that we released. We're going to start doing weekly videos that we're going to release on Saturday for the week ahead. And this week we also have a special guest with us. We have Thomas Miller from Astrology podcast, and really the astrology and subconscious mind mastery community, because it is turning into way more than just a podcast. It is a community, and I can't say how thankful and how grateful I am for this community that you have created here, Thomas. So this week is the 1 year anniversary of when I started doing these meditations. A little over a year ago, I made a post on my personal Facebook where I just asked if anybody would be interested in doing some sort of healing meditation circle of any kind, and I had a whole bunch of people on my personal page that said they would be interested. So I had to, I didn't want to do it from my personal page, I wanted to do it from a different page. So my Facebook page was created, and then intentions and meditations came right from there. And there was a little span where we missed maybe 3 to 4 weeks, a couple times where we had illness and whatnot. But other than that, we've been here pretty much every week. And it's not only me that has been here every week, but it's also all of you that have been here every week. And I'm just so thankful. I am so thankful and grateful for the space that we can share here together. So this week, my well-rounded foundation supports healing. Hopefully, you have seen this intention before now. If not, and I want you to take just a moment and think about it. And I want you to take just a moment to see what those words bring to mind, and just what your first thoughts are with. My well-rounded foundation supports healing. I like to post the intention on Sunday because I want you to have a couple of days where you can sit with it yourself before we come here together, and before you have any sort of external input. Often find that that come with the intention. Those are really important. That is I'll let you know what we. Okay. Okay. Nope, I don't see it. Range of light and dark within the year, and the balance of light and dark within our lives, and how that's reflected within the seasons of the year. And in the summer, I would hear them talk about the summer solstice, and how we have this point where
the sun is at its maximum height, and we have the longest day of the year, and the sun, which we refer to as the absolute divine energy and the divine absolute intelligence that is just the creator of all, is shining down on us with the most intense power that it has all year long. And when you step outside, because we live in the northern hemisphere where these things match up with the astrological wheel, when I could step outside and I could feel that sun beating down, and I could feel just that divine connection to the energy, and just that connection to source, and that connection to the universe.
Whole, like, process of putting
it was just like this
here,
this
with the solstice.
this inner knowing
Every
of
year it's gonna
this
make,
this is right, this is what resonates with me, this is what works. And
this week we have
it always felt very, very
Jupiter
powerful. So to start this meditation with this, to start this whole like process of putting all of this out here, with the solstice.
In an air sign,
Every year it's gonna make this time of year just a little bit more special and a little bit more important. This week we have Jupiter in the sign of Taurus sextiling Saturn in the sign of Pisces, and we have Mercury in the sign of Gemini sextiling Mars in the sign of Leo. So Mercury in an air sign in its home sign of Gemini, very multifaceted, very, very quick moving. We've been talking about this within the last few weeks. Making a favorable aspect to Mars in Leo. We've talked a lot about the fire of Leo lately, right, with Venus and Mars sitting there. So you have a sextile between air and fire on one end, and then you have the sextile between Jupiter in an earth sign and Saturn in a water sign, and it feels like it brings in this balance here this week. It brings in this well-roundedness within this time of year where we have the visual representation of the fact that there's this duality. There's always light and there's always dark within the seasons, within the day, within our weeks, within our lives, and within our years. So there's this duality and there's this change, but there's also this balance here, right? If we so choose to bring it in that way, and if we choose to walk that path here. And then later on this week, we also we have aspect to Chiron here. So Mars is going to be trining Chiron at the end of all of this. So my well-rounded foundation supports healing. We've talked before about how Chiron, the wounded healer, it's the baggage and the things that hold us down, those heavy weights that pull at us and hold us. So we have all of the support that comes in early in the week to prepare us for what Chiron brings to the table and the things that we have to deal with. And it's in a trine, so it's in a favorable aspect. It's in an aspect that's going to allow you to use that well-rounded foundation and all of these elements that are coming into play to facilitate that healing that you need in order to move forward with whatever it is that you're going to be moving forward with. And it just, when you work on healing in any capacity, whether it's something small or something big, it makes room for things to grow. It makes room for abundance. It makes room for Jupiter to fill your cup with something more positive, and Saturn to bring in positive structures rather than something that's going to confine you to a boundary, something that's going to let you break free from the boundaries and move forward to something maybe outside of the norm, or something outside of what you thought you could achieve. So this week, my well-rounded foundation supports healing. It just feels like we're really supported this week. It feels like the universe is telling you, I have you, and I'm holding you, and I'm going to help you create these structures that you need, and I'm going to give you the energy to move forward and take the actions, if you choose so, because we always have the choice to choose whether we're going to make the actions or not. So yeah, this week with, just the solstice itself just kind of is a emotion evoking time of year, but
well, I'll catch you up on what's been happening while you were talking.
it feels a little more
we're
so
working on a
just
little
because it
bit of
feels
an
like we
audio challenge tonight.
yeah, we
So
have all of this
what you
support
guys
here.
were hearing
And,
is that Alyssa and I are
yeah,
monitoring
I
each
just love
other
it.
on
I
our
love I
phones.
love the energy that we have this
And
week.
my phone was too close to the
Thomas,
microphone, and they were getting you
have to say?
from there and from my phone.
Well, I'll catch
So
you up on
I am
what's
going
been
to be
happening
muting
while
out
you were
while
talking.
I'm not talking.
We're
that
working
will
on
fix
a little
it.
bit
Done.
of an
Right?
audio
Okay. So that took care
challenge
of that.
tonight. So
But
what you guys were hearing is that Alyssa and I are monitoring each other on
feeling
our
that
phones.
comfort
And
that
my
comes
phone
through.
was too
And what
close
I
to the
saw,
microphone, and they were
if
getting
you just take a look at this
from
chart real
there
quick,
and from my
there's
phone.
if you can
I
see
see.
it, there's a blue triangle in the middle there. And it goes from the sun up there at about the 11 o'clock position, which is pretty easy to tell what that is, the circle with the dot. And then follow that blue line down to the horseshoe. That's the south node in Scorpio. And then follow that blue line from there over to that kind of auburn colored planet. That's Saturn. And then it connects back up. So Alyssa had mentioned that Saturn was at the table here. But what I've been a lot more intrigued with is that Pluto also has a position in this. Couple of different ways. Now, Pluto, where it is look down at about the 4 o'clock position. And you'll see a planet, that auburn color again, that looks like it's holding a bowl and a circle in the middle of it, and it has a 29 degrees by it. That's Pluto. And it's just inside the good old sign of Capricorn. But look, there's another blue line going right up straight north from it, and that's going up to the kind of the, what do you call it, cyan-colored planet with the 3 forks. That's Neptune, which is where Saturn is, both in Pisces, all right? And the other thing that I am really having fun with is if you go back to the sun and look to the left, you'll see what looks like a math equation. The moon is over the sun. That's the midpoint between the sun and the moon. And notice that the moon has moved over into Leo. It moved in there today at 6:40 this evening, Eastern. So that midpoint in between the sun and the moon is almost to the, it's in the middle part of Cancer, but barely, because the signs are divided by 10-degree division. So 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. And that section of the chart, that the midpoint between the moon and the sun, is ruled by Pluto, overruled by Pluto. And you mentioned healing, Alyssa. And Pluto is in the 6th house of healing. So here is this symbolism of, yeah, there's this, okay, the moon is in a fire sign, and the moon just left its own turf. That's kind of like, to me, when you leave the comfort of your home and you go to a place that is just not a good fit, and you have to stay there for a little while, and you're just uncomfortable. You can't wait to go home, right? You can't wait to get out of there. Well, that's kind of, the moon in Leo is kind of like that. So it's going to be a little hot. And the other thing is that I look at this not only just for what's happening tomorrow or what we're experiencing today with the alignments, but this is the birth chart, if you will, of the next 6 months until the December solstice. So we're looking at what the next 6 months of our life looks like here. And what that also symbolizes, and I love, love, love that you brought the positive side of Pluto in, because what it's symbolizing is that there is going to be this favorable spiritual embrace of comfort and healing. So it's saying whatever we have to go through, the challenge, realize that it's for our good. And, oh, can I tell you just a quick story that happened tonight? Somebody messaged me yesterday and said that her cat had run off, and she was just so sad. It was a kitten, basically a young cat, and she asked if Horary would give her an idea if the cat might come home. And the chart said yes, and it indicated there was a 6 there. So either 6 hours, 6 days, this kind of thing. This was yesterday morning. Well, I got word this afternoon that the cat did return home, but then it was depleted and it died under their porch. I looked at the chart a little bit deeper, and there was Saturn ruling the house of the question. And where it was in the chart was 2 degrees inside the 8th house of death, and Saturn is in retrograde, and this is day 2. So the sadness around, and she said that the mom was visibly shaken, and that the cat had a twin sibling that was also visibly missing, looking around. Where is he? But you know what was on the other side of the chart? Was Cancer. And yesterday, when we asked the chart the question, the moon was in Cancer. So here is this sadness, and yet right there, and I just told her, I said, accept a great big motherly, universal hug from God, from Source, comforting you at this time. And that kind of ties in. It's almost like what you were talking about. Whatever the challenges are, there's going to be offsetting love, offsetting comfort. This is Cancer, you know, and I know every solstice, summer solstice is, but this is Cancer in a big water trine. And that does offer us a tremendous amount of love, benefit, and healing.
Yes, it does. It gives so much support. Support is what keeps coming to mind when you say that. It gives so much support, and that's where we're at, right? Like if we lean into the universe, the support is there, and you know, I feel like that story is just so indicative of what we have displayed in front of us this week too. It's just the support is there, and it's there during the light and the dark, right? It's there during the good times and the easy times and the time that's
Alyssa, our Facebook folks are saying that if you could mute your mic too when you're not talking, and I'll mute mine when I'm not talking, and maybe that will help them just get one audio signal. They were saying that it came back.
They're never going to be hard, and they're never going to be difficult. You're not going to be just walking the golden road the whole time. All right, yeah, that's okay. I will do that when I'm not talking. Sorry, everybody. I thought this would be a really, really great idea to do this week, and to bring Thomas on here to see what he had to say and share this space here with us. But I guess I didn't quite have the whole thing figured out. You know, I did a test trial with this, and it worked out well too. I tell you guys every week that I'm gonna try to be as open and honest with you and just not hide anything. So that's where we're at. So yes, yeah. So the support of the universe, it's here this week. You know, the solstice is tomorrow, and that divine absolute energy, and you know, the God source or creator or whatever it is that you want to call it, it's always there. It's always supporting us, and this time of year, right now, it's just really, really showing us that. So that's what we're going to roll into here with our meditation. Yeah. So this week, I needed to get some new candles because I went through my stash of candles that we have for Tuesday nights, and I went on Etsy and I found let's see, the Stone Sanctuary shop. So this is the Stone Sanctuary shop on Etsy, and she sells small, I think they're called chime candles, these small size ones, with essential oils inside of them. So these candles here that we have to use for the next several weeks, because I bought a whole bunch of them, have white sage essential oil in them. So, we don't do any sage burning or anything during the meditation, but I always do some before. I always have a little process that I do beforehand, but now we can bring in the extra purification and cleansing power that we already have with the white candle, with adding a little bit of sage energy into it too. So I'm super excited to start using these candles here. So it's really just going to amp up our practice here in our meditation. So let's get ready. Find a nice comfortable seat, comfortable position. And I want you to sit with the intention for just a moment. We did this in the beginning, but now after you've had a little bit of input, my well-rounded foundation supports healing. My well-rounded foundation supports healing. This meditation is going to go a little bit different. That's okay. As you sit with the intention, and as you sit with your own energy, light our intentional candle. Always use a white candle here because it's universal, because you can use it however you need. Sitting with your own energy for just a moment, sitting with the energy that you brought here to this space. Before making any alterations, I find it very important to make space for the energy that you arrived here with. Take a moment to reflect on your day. Take a moment to support your emotions and your feelings and your energy level that you are holding right now. Support yourself as the universe supports you. In your own time, start to deepen your breath. Each inhale a little bit deeper than the one before that. Each exhale a little bit longer than the one before it. Feel that air as it moves in and out of your body. Each inhale in fills you up and brings positive love and support into your being, holding you and supporting you. And each exhale releases all of the air from within your body and a little bit of negativity that is holding within your being. Your breath rolls in and out like the tide of an ocean, moving back and forth rhythmically but at your own pace. Your breath is your connection to source, your connection to divine energy that is always with you at all times. As long as you have your breath, you are able to stop and connect wherever and whenever. As you continue moving your breath in and out, I want you to visualize a light shining down from overhead. This light that is over top of you, shining down, putting a spotlight on your being and on your energy. What does that light look like? And what does that light feel like? Feel the energy that comes down to your being from above you in your own personal, intimate connection with the universe. Connected to the source of all because you are a part of the source. You are a part of the Creator and a part of the all. As the sun moves higher and higher in the sky, and the days grow longer, you feel that sun shine down upon you. And when you see that sun and feel that sun, you know that you are connected to that source. In our connection to source that we all have, we are connected to each other. And sharing in this space here, and sharing this experience with our own connection to Source, we connect to each other through that connection. We share our energy and our space and our love with one another. as we share this divine space here, as we share our love and our energy, as we do our work here together in a way on our own, we connect to Source and we connect to each other. And tonight, as we share this space, I share this space with another voice that brings guiding energy and perspective that I am thankful for. And it is my absolute pleasure to turn this meditation.
Tomorrow is the longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere.
And to bring in perspective for just a moment.
Let's honor Mother Earth. For this phenomenon that happens like clockwork on this day, tomorrow. And to honor these energies that we've been talking about tonight. So feel gratitude for this planet that sustains us. It provides us air to breathe, to fill our lungs, to oxygenate our blood with. The miracle. Feel gratitude for that. It gives us night, darkness, so we can rejuvenate our souls and our bodies. Its ground provides us food, and its waters provide us water to drink, fish to sustain us. The earth is quite generous. And let's just send our energy to the wounded parts where it has been damaged, because some have not respected it. And let's just stand in the gap to send love to Mother Gaia. Earth, we love you. Thank you for loving us back. And think of the moon, reflecting our soul, the reflection of our path. the nurturing, the healing when we need a great big hug. Cancer, the mother. What beautiful energy is represented tomorrow, this time of year. And Jupiter is at the table. Lord Jupiter, the king of the gods. Thank Jupiter for expanding good things in our life. And Saturn is at the table. Actually, we have the symbolism of the mother and the father here. And I like the symbolism of that amazing picture of a young little girl crawling up in her daddy's lap, putting her little head on his shoulder, and just knowing that for that little brief moment, everything is going to be okay. The nurturing, guiding love of the mother, represented by the moon and Cancer. The sturdy, steady protection of the father from Saturn and Capricorn. And this tapestry that points the way. These planets over our head that just so happened to fall into a straight line. And the geometry that is so synchronous and so precise. And even this song that the earth appears to be singing right now, whatever it is, it's a lot different than it's ever been. We're getting messages. So just from the standpoint of nature itself, here on Earth, above our heads, that which we can experience on a daily basis, where we put our own feet on the earth in our little patch of corner of the universe, and then all these vast other areas, just feel part of that tapestry. Feel part of that symmetry. Rest your head on Daddy's shoulder. Feel the expansion of good things from Jupiter. And of course, the unmatched, soul-based nurturing of Mother. And that amazing picture that Pluto is in the healing house. And with gratitude that we get to choose which side of the healing process to be on. We choose love. We choose love. Really, that's it. Choose love. and send love back out to the creation that will be under this aspect tomorrow of the sun entering the sign of Cancer. So celebrated by so many cultures and so many places. Just stand in the awe of it all and say, wow. And then one other little thing as we wrap this up. There's a soul who has felt a call for higher ground herself. She's been touched to do this kind of higher ground work. She's taking steps and building and growing and expanding. Send Alyssa your love and gratitude and support right now for her growth and expansion. Jupiter is getting ready to widen her world. And for coming in here every Tuesday night and now doing weekly videos and more that she's going to be adding, and for her heart to share this into the world. Send her your energetic support as she launches this off here in Solstice 2023. Give her a good dose of your love. And we all appreciate you, Alyssa, and thank you so much for leading us.
As you start to come back into this space that you are physically in, as we come back to our bodies and to our life and to the next task as we leave here, bring forward this connection that you have, and remember that you are always divinely supported, whether the sun is shining high or not. The sun is still there, still supporting you, still loving you, just as the universe does. I thank you for coming here. I thank you for being here over and over and over every week. Spreading the love to yourself and beyond. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. That was so wonderful. Thank you. And thank you, Thomas. Thank you so much for being here this week. It's really great to have you here this week. For those of you that don't know Thomas, he has 2 podcasts. Every day there is the Fun Astrology podcast, which I have mentioned here before once or twice. It is, if you're looking for a quick daily dose of astrology that you can fit into just 5 minutes, that's all you need, into any little part of your day where you can squeeze it in, this is the podcast for you, because it's a great way to sum up what's going on in a very relatable way and a very knowledgeable and informative way, but very, very quickly at the same time. Also, the other podcast, the Subconscious Mind Mastery podcast, I don't even know where to begin with the wealth of information that is in that podcast.
Yeah, it started 10 years ago.
This journey, and
so this is we're in our 11th lap now.
So many wonderful nuggets and information. You've been doing that podcast for how long is it now, Thomas? Is it like 10 years, right? Yeah, so when I say there is a wealth of information, there is a wealth of information in there. And it's just absolutely wonderful. And Thomas has his own
It is Fun Astrology, yes.
Well.
We do it on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock.
Facebook group, but if you're not part
Fun
of that
Astrology
group,
YouTube channel, and then
it
there's
on
a
YouTube
private
also.
Facebook
So
group.
is it broadcast? Is it on the YouTube channel? Is it Fun Astrology? What is the YouTube channel that it airs on? Yes. Yeah, so anybody else that likes doing these live meditations, if you're looking for another one, I totally suggest that you join Sunday night, because like I said earlier, when I say that it's much more of a podcast, it's more of a community, and it's more than that. It's more like a family, and several of you can in the comments can contest to that as well. So thank you everybody for being here. Mentioned really quickly at the beginning of the video that I'm starting to do weekly astrology videos. So I've mentioned this a couple times, and I'm finally doing it. So what I want to do is I want to introduce a video at the beginning of the week with the intention that goes much further into detail of the astrology. I don't want to get too wordy and too full of jargon and drone on for too long here on Tuesday nights. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to create a supplement for those of you that wanted more of the astrological information to be able to see that. So if you go to the YouTube channel, there is a video out for this week, and if you look next Sunday, you'll see a video for next week. So take a look for that. And like we mentioned last week, meditativeastrology.com is up and live. Lots of really cool things there for you to check out. All of the things that we're doing, you can find all of them on the website. So instead of looking on Facebook for this and looking on YouTube for that, go to the website and you'll find